If you're a battler on this app, you're not going to want to watch my video because you're not going to want to hear what I have to say. I just read an article today that really struck me as something that I think a lot of people on this app probably struggle from, but are scared to talk about it. They're scared to admit it to themselves, the people that they fund, the people that they gift, because they don't want to admit they have a problem. This full lengthy article can be found on businessinsider.com, and all you have to do is do a little search for the word inheritance. It was just released today, and I'm going to read you a few snippets of what this article talks about. Before losing most of her inheritance on TikTok, Cindy White was not very interested in social media. A 65-year-old former insurance investigator who lived in New Jersey spent the year she retired traveling. But with the 2020 pandemic, that halted her jet-setting lifestyle. Suddenly, she found herself profoundly lonely. Most of her friends were from work, and her closest relatives, a brother and a nephew, lived over 80 miles away. Her only real company was her cat, a green-eyed tabby named Bella. To pass time, she spent months writing poetry and rap-inspired lyrics about feeling isolated from the rest of the world. Then, just as the world was opening up again in March of 2021, she ripped her rotator cuff while lifting heavy boxes, plunging her into further isolation as she recovered. That's when she downloaded TikTok. It was just launched in 2020, the TikTok battles, and it was known as a fast-paced live streaming format where creators could compete against each other for likes and virtual gifts. The matches imitate a video game where two TikTokers stream side by side, one blue team, one red team, and as the timer counts down, they go to wild and kooky lengths to get their fans to send them gifts. Many sing, many dance, many beg, and many plead or throw tantrums to cheer on their fans like rabid soccer moms. Now, as we all know, the gifts on here, they can range anywhere from a penny up to $500. Universe gift pops out on the screen. The more the gift pops out on the screen and the more screen time it takes, the better recognized they are, and we all know that. And to further encourage this, TikTokers are put on a ranking scale. 99 top TikTokers in the battles that day get into the rankings, which again gives the people on the other side of the screen a need to try and help them achieve that goal. In a nutshell, the TikTok battles are a popularity contest, and we do know that. For this lady, the drama all was very engrossing to her, and over the next year and a half, she devoted 50 hours per week to TikTok battles. She spent her nights in darkness in her apartment, only lit by the bluish light of her telephone, and her fingers coiled like springs, anxiously waiting for that moment to win the battle. And right before the match would end, she would grace them with a $13 disco ball or a $29 jet ski, and if she planned it right, just perfectly, she could push them over the edge to win that battle. And how does she describe it? She said it made her feel like a somebody. That her name was called out, sometimes thousands of people in the room watching the battle. She felt important. She said it kind of mimicked like being on a game show and having your name called out. And she was burning $100 a day. By May, she had spent over $25,000. And she was struggling to pay her bills. I know, and I know many people that I talk to know that these battles lean on the users and the people on the other side of the screen for competitiveness. Yes, you're tipping somebody and you're giving them money, but somebody's taking half of that money. And these strategies are known as dark patterns because of their potential to manipulate a user's behavior and pair that with the parasocial relationship they have with the person on the other side of the screen, and it encourages the people sitting there to spend more money. This lady, Mrs. White, compared her compulsive spending of that of a gambler. She said it does exactly what gambling does, but you don't get anything in return. She did admit that she felt the rush. She felt like she was part of a winning team, and she enjoyed helping push that person to winning a battle. But where does it end? Where do the battles end? Because it's day in, day out, nonstop. And there's only two people, in my opinion, when a battle happens that win: the person battling and TikTok. And we all know that there's rankings and different levels a gifter can get, and just purchasing roses is going to kind of get you gifter level 1 through 9. But in order to reach level badge 50, you got to spend $848,000. Say that again, $848,000. One woman who hit a level 40 gifter badge from Denver said that was like a status symbol. That's how people recognize you, by your gifting badge. It's very easy with the click of 2 buttons to gift a creator and have that rush feeling, but then to immediately regret spending that money. The money could go to other useful things, your bills, your children, shelters, homeless people. There's all kinds of things the money could go to. I'm not saying that I don't think people should support other people on this app, but I think that at the end of the day, when there's people out there suffering who are spending money that they don't want to spend, and when they stop gifting certain creators, they are just not recognized anymore. You know, you see so many people on here saying that I'm here for you if you ever need anything. Well, at the end of the day, that money's never going back to whoever's gifting. They're never going to see any monetary return on their money. And I think it's really hurting a lot of people. And I wish more people felt like they could stop gifting and stay in communities and stay in live chat rooms where they feel like they have always belonged because they've gifted, without having to feel that they have to gift. I just hope this opens some people's eyes to know that you don't need to spend money to have friends on this app. And if you are in rooms where you're only recognized or spoken to because you are spending money, think twice about it. I'm sure many of you have already heard about Jojo from the UK, who sadly took her own life because of the debt she got into on this app. And I just hope that people can reach out to somebody and they can have the ability to say, you know what, this is too much, I can't do this anymore, and not lose those friendships that they wholeheartedly have come here to enjoy. And as battlers, I hope that you encourage that with the people who are gifting you. Because when you see the amount of gifts flying across the screen, it's a lot of money people are putting out, and you know a lot of people don't have that kind of money.